What's up? What's up? Yeah, fuck it. We'll do another half-hour stream. I think I just saw an alien spacecraft. It went straight up, then made a left in the night sky. Could have been a drone, bro. So, there's that. I think they should do a 30 for 30 on like some of the hot girls from the 80s metal videos. Let's see what happened to those hoes. You know what I'm saying? I already had dinner. I have night, I go to Ready Fit Go, which is pre-made healthy meals. You just have to nuke in the microwave. They're very cheap. I don't think, unless you're in California, you can get them. I'm doing pretty good. I got a spot tonight at the Comedy Store. A rare. I had a a regular turkey lasagna. And the proportions are perfect for one person. And 2 protein donuts. The Duke of Earl, Duke. Fuck yeah, Kip Smith coming in hot with the Cobra reference. I love me some Cobra. Ever tell you guys about the cameo I paid the bad guy from Cobra to do, Brian E. Thompson? I said, hey man, I just want you to do a commercial for Inappropriate Earl on my podcast. So I gave him a little script. It wasn't too long. And he sends me the cameo, and it's like, I think he was like naked in a jacuzzi with his wife or lady friend, whoever this girl was. And he just starts babbling for like 5 minutes. And I didn't have the heart to tell him to do it over again, so I kept it. Fuck yeah, smash the likes. Smash the subscribe button. The channel is showing some decent growth. I mean, look at this little pie chart here from September 2025 to that. I mean, I'll take that kind of growth, so. Oh, Bobby Yoga, please, please, come on, dude. Come on, man. Be funny, man. That's so, a fake N-word tower or a real one is so hack, dude. Thank you. Anyone who does an N-word tower, give him the 86,000 timeout. It's so mind blowing to me. I don't know who does a stream, goes into someone's stream going, this will be funny. It's not funny, bro. Like, come on, man, be creative. Go to someone else's stream and do that shit. So I'm gonna do you a favor, but before I put you in a 24-hour timeout myself, here's who's live right now. This all sucks. That kind of looks like a Dabbleverse podcast. Mersh is live. Oh no, Mersh is not live right now. Bobby Nick is live right now. Perry Caravello is live. 843 people watching. That is so mind-blowing to me. I don't understand that. Like, here he is with toilet paper. 843 people watching. And I've got 24 people in here. That is mind-blowing to me. That makes me want to quit streaming. That's a fact, Jack Bob. But just don't do the N-word stuff, dude. Come on, man. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not asking you for much, bro. It's my third stream of the day. Most people don't do that. Well, whatever helps get the dookie out, I'm okay. No, I don't need to drive Uber for 11. Thank you very much. Yeah, dude, I'm busy Buddhist priest this week doing animated stuff, so sorry about that. But I know a lot of my friends. I know one guy makes 6 figures doing Uber, but he's a fucking maniac. He does Uber 20 hours out of the day. He sleeps for 4 hours. He'll do these wacky airport runs. He once drove someone to Vegas. I think he told me he made like $1,000 or something. People. I'm not willing to do that. So, that's. But I make a decent living. Certainly not live streaming, but my comedy and voiceover. Really my big nut. If you want to talk, finances is my voiceover stuff. So, well, when you're making $100,000 a year or whatever he makes, you can buy a new car. He's a maniac with the tax returns. I see what you did there, Joshua. I see what you come on, bro. You got to be a little quicker than that in here. Fuck yeah. What's with I love AEW. AEW is my favorite fucking wrestling organization. So, I think they're doing really good. I mean, they're a 6-year company. WWE's been around for 50 years. Of course, they're going to be behind them. But, just do a Netflix special. I wish it was that easy. It's all good. I don't really care who's in my events. I did come back, I was feeling good. I had a nice little nap, watched the King game, and, here we are doing, I love doing like half-hour streams. I know that, the algorithm likes you to do at least an hour, but, I'm somewhat in the algorithm. I wouldn't say I'm killing it or anything, but, I'm in the algorithm enough that I can do a half-hour stream. be happy about it. You know, is Gretzky still a king? Wow, I don't know what to tell you. Um, the Kings lost to the Utah Mammoth, and you like the Hurricanes are good. Unfortunately for the Hurricanes, they Benchwarmers was the movie I was in. Unfortunately for the Hurricanes, they got to go through Florida. So that is going to be tough. I mean, the Panthers. Now, I hear there was a crazy game in Tampa. I'd love to show the game, but it's a 25-minute. Yeah, I don't want to get dinged for my. I don't want my channel to get dinged, but apparently there's like 15 fights or something in the Tampa Bay game. Old school. What do you think about Israel committing genocide right now? Well, um, I don't think Israel is as innocent as we in America have been led to believe. Um, I mean, that part of the world will always, Israel and Palestine will always hate each other. They'll always be warring with each other. And I, for one, don't think our presence over there helps. We're hated over there. So when you're trying to bring peace to a region of the world that hates each other with another country who is hated over there, it's never going to work. So the message is hell for review. Yeah, Devin, we don't do the online scams in here, so enough of that shit. Yeah, but you know what I mean, Baba Yoga? Like, it's just, it, we are hated over there. It's literally like if me and ex-girlfriend are trying to get back together and someone we both hate is trying to bring us back together. I mean, that's oversimplifying it, but thank you, thank you. EA Sports, it's in the game. So it's just, I just think it's a waste of our resources. Now, I'm not necessarily saying let them go at it and just, but, we might as well at this point. Um, tell your girlfriend. Um, my favorite steakhouse. I don't really, Dan Tana's, it's not necessarily a steakhouse, but um, it's more of an Italian restaurant. But I think the best steak in the city, along with Joe's. Devin, you're going to be blocked, you fucking loser. Um, so, what up, Aloe Water? What up? I mean, when I block someone, they're an idiot. Guy wants me to do some discount code so he can get something. I mean, I kind of agree with that, Skippy. I mean, it's just like, why is it the U.S.'s um, responsibility to run all over the world saving everyone when, we could put that money to good use, saving the homeless that we have and all the problems that this country has. No one helps us, you know. No, I really don't. If you say it, Malt, you're in a 24-hour timeout. I'm in no mood for pickup lines. You think people in this stream are interested in picking up women? Come on, dude. What up? What up? We're gonna send you to Mersh's channel. I mean, if it was raining pussy in this stream, everyone would get hit in the head with a dick. Hey, that's a Skakel classic there. That's an old school Skakel classic. No, I probably won't take you for a walk tonight. You know, Lois is sleeping. She just ate dinner. I have a set to do at the Comedy Store in about 2 hours or so, give or take. So, maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Netanyahu might be uh, the only leader on this planet that's more unliked than Trump is here. So, um, you know, it's just that. I mean, that part of the world's a clusterfuck. Well, so I sound just like your mom, Lance. Hey, I'm too quick, Lance. I'm too quick. Go back to the minors and wait to be called up again. Where can we see a complete set? Unfortunately, the Comedy Store does not let me show a complete set. You know, they want people they don't mind clips and whatnot, but they don't want complete sets on YouTube. I do have this is not you're asking, so I'm telling you. I do have a 25-minute set on my Patreon, and my Patreon is just my name, Earl Skakel. And I'm going to start putting up full sets on my Patreon, like once a week, you know, maybe two a month, just so I can get that channel back up and running. I don't know if Theo Von's gay by any chance, and I really don't care if he is. Okay, we're not doing Charlie Kirk jokes in here. I got in trouble the last time, so Candace Owens, I think she won the Olympics in 1936. Well, gee, you guys are here. We go with the gay stuff again. Hit the like and subscribe button, will you guys? I mean, that's the least you can do for this constant who's gay, who's not gay. You know, what do you guys care who's gay or straight? Are you guys interested? I bet you there's some real undercover piazzas in this stream. Uh, you're a comic. What's your act? What your look? Well, you're looking at it right now. I'm not going to do my act. Thank you, mixed martial arts. I bet I no. I know I've seen you in here before. Um, my act is dry sarcasm. You know, slightly aggressive, I suppose. You know, it's nothing. You know, I mean, but I don't do stand up in here. As a comic, I'm trained to hear laughter. So that's why I don't do jokes in here. I could tell you a joke right now and I'd literally hear silence. You know, I don't need someone in the chat going, LOL. So if you want to see me live, you got to come to the Comedy Store or if I'm in your city. And I love Dice Clay. He is one of my mentors, I guess. So all love for Dice. See, there we go. You guys played with me there. A little LOL. You know, I get it. Probably will never be in my city. Well, I don't know where your city is, to be honest. I don't do the road a lot because I don't have to. You know, I have my voiceover stuff and other means of income that you guys don't need to know about. So, yes, my glasses are my trademark. That's a fact, Jack. Sorry, Earl. All I got, LOL. Can't get to the store. That's fine. Have you ever gone to Canada? Yes, I've played Vancouver, Billings, Montana. Yeah, I did date a girl from Bozeman, Montana. She was a real cunt. I've been on Joey Diaz's podcast. Tucson. I've done Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been to Canada many times. Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. I've done the Montreal Comedy Festival twice. JFL. So, you know, Scottsdale, Arizona. I've done House of Comedy. Your mom can, Matt. I saw it personally. What up? What up? You know, you guys are a real homophobic bunch in here tonight, but that's fine. I would love to get on the Dan Patrick Show. I did the House of no. What is that comedy club in Edmonton? The Comic Strip in Edmonton. It's in the mall. So, And the funny thing is, there's a restaurant right across the street, or right across, not the street, right across the way in the mall from the comedy club called Earl's. So I had a good time there. I mean, Edmonton, there's really nothing to do there. So the crowds are just psyched that someone from LA flew up there to tell jokes. Um, have I worked with Bobby Lee? I mean, we've been on the lineup at the Comedy Store together. That's all right, Josh. I can take a joke. See, I can't give you a joke back because I don't know what you look like, but I'll give you this. At least you use your real name. I mean, your purple logo, you look like shit. See, there you go. So, see, I see what you did there, Valor. I mean, that's at least you're trying to be creative. I mean, it's horribly unfunny, but I'll give you points for creativity. Um, yeah, in Edmonton, I think when I was there with Rob Schneider, it was -9. Top five Edmonton Oilers. This should be very easy. Gretzky, Messier, Curry, Anderson, Coffee. And you know, a 5B to Grant Fuhrer. Um, so, what up? What up? Yeah, see, let's hashtag get Earl on Rogan. You know, listen, why not? This guy sucks. Well, thank you, Hambone. I appreciate the support. There's many other streams right now you could go and watch. So why don't you X out of my stream and go to a stream that you think is the greatest stream of all time? I will not be hurt at all. You work with, well, Lee Syatt doesn't work. So, no, I've never worked with him. It's not a shot at Lee, but like, you know, he's got 0 credits other than being Joey's sidekick. Doesn't get you a lot of work in the clubs. Rogan gives billionaires a hot stone massage on his show. The dog is sleeping right now, thank God. So, um, you know, there you go. Okay, Hambo, now you're bombing in my stream. I can't allow that. What's up, my guy? You sound like you're from Chicago. I went to, what's that deep dish place in Chicago? Gianardo's. I went there once with Rob Schneider. Now, I was walking ahead of Rob, so when I walked up to the guy and said, hey, I'd like a table or whatever, he looks at me and goes, it'll be a 2-hour wait. Rob puts his arm around my shoulder and goes, how long was that wait? And literally, we're eating 5 minutes later. So, Valor wasn't funny with the popsicle. The crayon is definitely not funny. So, you got one more time, and then I got to put you in 24-hour timeout. Sorry, man. It's just, you know, it's just how it is. Rusty Shackleford. I'm sure that's some sexual freak. Okay, Carl Malden. You don't get many Carl Malden references in the stream these days. At least I knew you would read it. Yeah, you know, I read all jokes. I mean, listen, I don't like turning this into an open mic. This is a hang. I don't recall ever having New York pizza. We don't do that kind of humor in here, Valor. We don't. See, this is what I'm saying. You probably went to the 90. I don't know. I don't get that reference, Nicholas. So sorry about that. You're going to have to try again. But thank you. Hit the like and subscribe button. I see your name there. I see your name. Thank you, Bongwater. I mean, this is a chill stream. You know, this is just, you know, a happy-go-lucky stream. There's very little drama in here. We don't talk about the Dabbleverse unless Doom or Beloved Chatter are here. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. So this is a rare channel where we don't talk about Karmic X and Felicia unless Beloved Chatter or Doom are here. Yeah, can anyone guess where I'm from? I don't care, to be honest with you. Little China. Hello. Craven, we don't do that kind of humor in here. I'm gonna have to send you to Pat Dixon's stream. Yes, that was a great show. The very young Michael Douglas and the marginally old Carl Malden. Who manages Comedy Store now? Mitzi's Children? No, they have like 6 different managers. They make so much money, they have like 6 different managers. Um, yeah, we don't do the Bible stuff in here. So, um, uh, no, but your mom does when I came over the other night. Hey, oh, leaving, leaving. I'll take a leaving. I've never heard leaving before. Um, interesting, interesting. Rudy Baga in the house. Rudy Baga is like the king of the Dabbleverse chats. I mean, every chat I'm in, I see um, a Rudy Baga. Um, no, Rudy Baga should have a show so we can all go into his stream and just chill. No, the singer from Black Flag is Lee Ving. No, that's Fear. I'm sorry, Fear. You're right. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Okay, Craven, you can do one joke on the house from because I was wrong. Lee Ving is the singer from Fear. Here's the crazy thing about Henry Rollins, and this story is never talked about, but I was neighbors with and look this story up because I'm just going to gloss over it here. I was neighbors with the legendary 70s character actor Dennis Cole. Very good looking guy. He was always like the bad guy in like a Charlie's Angels or the womanizer in like the Love Boat. I mean, the quintessential 70s bad guy. Very good looking guy. Blonde hair, steel blue eyes. I mean, there's not, I'm straight, but this Dennis Cole was incredibly good looking. And apparently one night, his son was over at Henry Rollins' house in Venice. There was a robbery, and Dennis Cole's son was murdered at Henry Rollins' house. And I've never really heard Henry Rollins talk about it. And they never caught the killer. And the sad thing was, Dennis Cole was never the same after that. And he was a great guy. Like, this was in the 90s when I lived in the same building with him. And I'd always see him at nightclubs. I mean, he was a total pussy hound, even in his older days. But he was always cool. Hey, Earl, what's happening? And, did you know that the Mortal Kombat theme originated from a Nordic church? I did not. So, oh my God. I've only done one treble run in my whole life, and I walked out of it halfway through. Dave Tribble, a horrible person, just uses comics, and that's fine. It's the business. People get used. It's just the way it is. But for those of you not know, so that's my Dennis Cole story. Someone brought up Henry Rollins, but I remember now Dave Tribble. For you comics who are, or for you people who are comedy fans, but you don't know who Dave Tribble is, he does these awful tours, if you want to call them that, all over America, where it's insane. Like for an LA comic, your first gig is in Medford, Oregon, and you have to drive to that. And see, that's a funny notification. I would not go to Saudi Arabia for comedy. So basically, your first gig is in Medford, Oregon, which is like a 12-hour drive. And then the next gig is in like Montana. And then the next gig is in like Utah. And then the next gig is like, I don't know, Idaho. And then you drive back home or whatever. And he'll say, hey, Earl, since you're you're by Bakersfield. I ain't. Can you pick up the headliner? And I'm like, what? So it's a 3-week run that I was supposed to be on. So he cancels the first week of the run literally hours before it starts. And then the second, third week, there were 6 shows in like 9 days. And so I get up there and I go to the hotel and the guy's like, you're not staying here. I'm like, huh? So I called Dave up, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you." Now he didn't tell me this until I got up there. I only pay for the hotel on show days. So then he puts his partner on the phone, this idiot named Rocky, and he was like, "Well, yeah, dude, just go to the strip club and hang out, and then you go to the lobby, and then just loiter until they let you check in." So that's the kind of shit Treble does. So I literally walked out. They're awful. I mean, they say you're not a comic until you do one. I mean, my first Treble run was it's the famous Elko, Winnemucca, Nevada run. It's two shows. First show's on Friday night in Elko, which is that far. I mean, that is deep. And then the second show is the next night at the Winners Casino in Winnemucca, and just awful shows. The Friday night show was in a lobby of like a Holiday Inn, and um, just like and I'll never forget, that was like my first road gig. I'll never forget the guy I did it with, Roger Peltz, who was like he was like he was like a white Nipsey Russell. Like he was always on those 70s game shows, but you didn't really know what he did. So it was kind of like, who are you and why are you on this show? And I learned a lot from him. He was like a really good comic, but you could tell, like some comics love triple runs because I mean they're not good money, but they're easy gigs. You're playing shit kicker biker bars, or you're playing like a dance hall, and you're just the entertainment for that small town. And but the pussy's there, like and a guy like Rogers, like, I'm just happy getting paid what I get paid, and there's pussy every weekend for me, and you know, I'm with these younger comics, like I was younger at the time, and Tribble has you pick up the headliner, so there's virtually no cost to the headliner at all. So, because if there was, they probably wouldn't be doing it. So, I do not drink or take alcohol. Um, do you want to read these comments? Not really, Bates. I don't smoke weed. I'm straight head Craven. Sorry. No, fuck no, you don't get mileage money. I mean, I remember, the feature act at that time, which I was getting, I think it was like $125. So it kind of sounds like, oh yeah, 125 bucks. But then, when you're driving to Medford, Oregon, and I had a Ford Explorer at the time, I'm gonna spend $200 in gas. So, um, you know, Earl, did you have groupies? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say they were comedy groupies. They weren't like necessarily Earl groupies. Um, so I mean, you're certainly, when you're playing Winnemucca, Nevada, you know, it's not like the Rolling Stones are going to go to Winnemucca, Nevada. So all do. Um, So I was actually, I am Jewish, but I was raised Catholic. Thank you very much. So, and to the haters in the stream, like, if you don't like my shtick, then leave the fucking stream. I don't care. Like, you have no power over me. I can do a stream to two less people. Yeah, I mean, they're called, what are they called? Uh, chuckle fuckers. Um, well, here's the funny thing about that particular trip. So I was driving from Elko to Winnemucca, and that drive, there's just nothing. It's not even desert. It's just it's like a desert with hills, and you kind of lose how fast you're going. And not that my Ford Explorer was that. I'm sorry, it was a Ford Expedition. Ford Expedition. But you kind of just lose track of how fast you're going. And I think I was going like 115. And of course, I get pulled over. And the cop was There's two cops. They were pretty pissed. They're like, what the fuck you doing driving 115 in this fucking boat? And I'm like, I'm sorry, officer. I'm not going to try and get out of this. I'm a comic. I'm driving between gigs. I'm just right now, I'm tired. I'm on autopilot. I wasn't swerving, but I was driving pretty fast. And he's like, all right, legally I can arrest you over, I think, 105. If you tell me a joke and it's funny, I'll write you up for 85 and let you go. And I honestly, I have that memory disease, but I do forget the joke I did. And he chuckled. He didn't like howl over in laughter. He's like, I'll write you up for 85. So thank you to that police officer. That's not incorrect. I've had a job. Um, you ever taste that Navajo poon? I don't believe I have. That first trip, my girlfriend was with me at the time. So, well, it's a gas hog, but it's not the fastest car. It's a very heavy. I mean, this was like a first generation expedition. So it's a very, very heavy car. It was almost basically like a limo, if you will. So I was going 115. And I think the speedometer on an expedition at that time was like 120. But you kind of get like in a trance with the scenery because it's the same. It's just literally, it's like the cartoon backgrounds. It's the same. So you kind of just are like, and you're just looking around. And then I don't know where this cop came from. I don't even know where the police station was because this road, there was no on ramps, off ramps. So I mean, but luckily, the cop, I can't imagine being arrested and spending any time at that. Ron Jeremy walked in, a woman wanted to audition for a scene with him. Then they left for 20 minutes and he came back and took a long ass nap. Yeah, he does. Well, he doesn't anymore, but Ron Jeremy liked to sleep in the bucket seats in the back of the original room. Good night, Craven. Thanks for coming in. Well, good for you, Cheddar Cat. You're one of the few people who gets laid in this stream. So welcome aboard. I mean, am I Vince Neil or Nikki Sixx or Gene Simmons or David Lee Roth? No, but I've had sex enough to like be happy with what I've gotten. So, I mean, I don't know if that was Highway 5, but it's literally it's just mountains in a desert. And they all look the same. It looks like it's not. It's weird. Even going to 115, it didn't look like I was moving because it's the same mountain over and over again. So, I don't know. We got people texting me. There you go. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, guys. This is my third stream of the day. I'm just trying to crack the algorithm, baby. No, this was the LA to Medford, Oregon. I think I took the coast up. The Winnemucca and, driving between Elko and Winnemucca, Nevada was, I forget the road, but it was just like one long stretch of road that looked exactly the same. So, yeah. Yeah, Sebastian does shows at the con. I mean, even Sebastian has to practice a little bit. So, we got some trolls coming in. By the way, trolls, you might be new to the stream. Hit the subscribe button. But, if you're like doing like, unfunny jokes, you got to super chat them for me to read them. Sorry, it's just I got to make some money talking to you idiots. And by idiots, I mean the trolls, not the OG fans in here. Which most of you are. The 28 people watching, I do appreciate you guys, but if you're gonna troll me, you got to show me the money, honey. And we'll go a few more minutes, guys, because I've got to get ready for my Comedy Store sets. Trolls rarely make me laugh, to be honest with you. Yeah, I believe it was the 101. and I want to say PCH to a degree. Is that possible to take the PCH to Oregon? No. I remember some of the drive was very scenic, but it was a very long drive, and gas was outrageous. I mean, $200 in gas. And when I get up to Medford, Oregon, the headliner was so fucking lazy, and this is typical of triple run headliners. He just looks at me and goes, "Hey man, you're pretty funny. He's like, how much time do you have?" I'm like, "I don't know, not much to be honest with you." And he was like, "Well, why don't you do 35? I'll do 35." And I'm like, "Okay." And I probably literally didn't have 5 to 7 minutes. I mean, I was on the level of a Kill Tony comic, to be honest. And no, I'm not doing 5 streams a day. I'm just, I stream when I want to stream. I might do 10 streams in one day and then none the next 3 days. So, um, you know, what up, Sully? I think this is my third stream. I didn't feel like streaming necessarily right now, but I'm in a good mood, so I thought, I'll come on and streaming more has definitely bumped me up the algorithm chart. I mean, not by a lot, but I can see from September of 2025 to now it's been a substantial jump, so I'll take it. Um, and 2 hours before hitting the midnight, burning the midnight Earl. I mean, I'm not saying every stream I'm doing is like groundbreaking. Sometimes I do, Bates, to be honest with you. The raids, what do you mean, Kip Smith? I don't get the joke. I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm just saying I personally don't get what you are talking about, my friend. I remember you Gray. We probably didn't cross paths, to be honest with you. I have a feeling I would remember you, especially that name. Uh, what about Rodney Dangerfield, Justin? One of the greats, and was very giving to comics like Dice Clay, Roseanne Barr, Robert Schimmel. So what up, D Bapto? I haven't seen you here in a hot minute. Just doing a stream, just chilling. I'm just chilling. We did not cross dicks. I can guarantee you that. Yes, yes. I mean, Yonder Wizard is definitely helped me the most in that regard. So thank you very much, Black and Blue. I appreciate that. What did you buy with your first paycheck? Probably food. It was so small. Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, I never really liked him, but like obviously, I don't think it mattered. The Yonder bump is real. I mean, Yonder Wizard comes in here. I've gotten as many as 1,600 people in my stream. So, and the last time he came in, it wasn't, oddly enough, it wasn't that much. It was only about 200 people came in from his stream. So, you know, you're just, Cheston, are you just naming famous stand-up comics? I never met Sam Kinison, unfortunately. That was one of my regrets, but I really wasn't doing stand-up that much. Yes, the great Yonder Wizard worked the door in Austin. A great guy. He usually, I think, starts all the Red Band shows at his club. I'm not sure if he does the Mothership. So, hey, I've got a girlfriend. All she can do is say, pay me. Well, that's a fact, Jack. So, I'm not sure what that means. We're going to call you Mr. Cat. Any liberal hut. I don't know what that means. Angry liberal. I'm not. What's happening, Nicole, is life, baby. Hit the like and subscribe button. That's what should be happening. And, we're just a fan-friendly stream in the Earlverse. No drama here. We don't talk about Karmic X. We don't talk about Felicia unless beloved Chatter or Doom, the great Doom, is here. I don't have a girlfriend at the moment. I am single. Are you truly close friends with any? Not really, to be honest with you. I'm not really close friends with anyone, to be honest with you. Um, so thank you, Nicole. I need my glasses though. These are not glasses for show. I need my spectacles because I just do. So I am not Sage. I am not. Yes, Doom needs to be in the room, or we do not talk about the Dabbleverse. There's about 5,000 other streams that do talk about the Dabbleverse. So we do not talk about them in here. We're a stream of consciousness. We talk about wrestling. We talk about hockey. We talk about how bad do you do on those eye tests without those glasses. My was it my right eye 100%, my left eye maybe about 60%, to be honest with you. I don't do very well with my left eye because I have astigmatism. So my left eye is wonky at best, to be completely frank. But I like my glasses. Earl, did you see the fights? I'll send it to you. No, I'm looking at the Tempest Flare, Panthers, and Lightning. But I don't want to show the fights here because I don't want my stream to get dinged with copyright stuff. Bring Red back on. He never disappoints. Red Man is a good man. No, I've never used contact. I like glasses, so Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor. Thank you for keeping the chat active. But my vision is fairly strong. Like when I play hockey, I don't have that much trouble seeing. So, because in hockey, I'm also wearing a half shield, so I get the glasses magnifying the shield. So it's like superhero, super strength vision that I have. And, it's just Kipadata. I don't know, Bates. I don't get that question. You guys are starting to fade in the stream. And did you do a set at Red Bar in Seattle? No. The only time I've ever been in Washington doing comedy is Joker's Casino in Richland, Washington. And then I did a weekend with Rob Schneider at the Parlor Club in Seattle, in Bellevue, I believe. So yes, I'm the lost Hanson brother. Cheddar, enough with the Bieber jokes. You came in hot, but you're fading fast. So we'll go a few more minutes, guys. We'll go to the 50-minute mark, and then we will call it a day. I must prepare visually, mentally, and physically for my stand-up set. And, we will live to stream another day. Thoughts on Sasha Barkov's injury? It's tough. I mean, I've had the same injury, a torn ACL and MCL, and the recovery is brutal. It's about 9 months, which, I mean, if he plays in the playoffs, that will be a fucking miracle. And the problem with the torn ACL injury like that is it's very mental. So when you go into the corners, you always get a little scared when you see someone coming from your side because you tense up. At least I do. I tensed up on Tuesday night. I was running for the ball in ball hockey. I had a clear path to get it, and I saw a guy coming up from my right, and he wasn't going to hit me because there's contact in the league, but there's not supposed to be. And then, so I tensed up a little bit, and that's playing ball hockey. I can only imagine the mental anxiety when you're playing NHL hockey. I did miss your Mortal Kombat one. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wild Sign. Yeah, Capril the Thrill. So, it's a tough injury. I mean, with today's training and technology and surgery, if that injury happened 30 years ago at his age, he'd probably retire, but he can come back stronger. My legs are stronger than they've ever been, even at the age of 57. But it's really And his legs were probably in incredibly good shape to begin with. So uh, I hope he does well. And I do still play hockey at 57 years old. I'm probably the oldest guy in the league. But here's the best part: I've got the hardest shot still. I mean, people literally come to the game to watch me shoot. I have an NHL speed shot. Um, so, see, I see what you did there. You gave me a little zinger. Now, I don't know what you look like, so I can't give you a little shit back. But that's fine. I know I'm not geeking out of my mind. Hockey is a great sport. I mean, it's a man's sport. Like, there's no bullshit in hockey. Like, you got to sack up and play. And if you're a dirty player and you run around slashing people, you got to stick up for yourself because you're going to get called out by the other team. And, like, it's a very macho alpha male sport, which I love about it. Um, okay, well, I'm not sure what that means. No, I don't have time to watch movies, to be honest with you. In between streaming and comedy and other life things, I'll barely get through an episode of Hell's Kitchen now. I think hockey is, well, you have the NHL Network. You've got, I think, ESPN. ESPN the online shows it. Local channels show it if you have like DirecTV. So it's on a fair amount. Yeah, hockey is just like I said. I mean, it's like football on skates. So Modesto, yeah, they didn't really have a hockey team in Modesto. They had the Bakersfield Condors, they had the Fresno Falcons, but none in Modesto. I mean, hockey players do quite well for themselves. The new gym is great, but the activity in the steam room is. Oh, I don't think it's more physical. Like, watch a hockey game, dude. Like, go to a hockey game live. It's not more physical. Football is not more physical than hockey. And hockey is constant motion. Football, there's a play and then 40 seconds of break. Hockey, there's no break. Yeah, they do line changes, but I think it's probably pretty equal in terms of the physical. Yeah, Piazza's in the steam room. Well, hit work. Don't be late on my account. We'll go for the full hour. But and hockey, I think, is oddly enough dirtier because you got a stick in your hand. You have a weapon in your hand, so you can really do some damage. Well, I mean, I have balls playing hockey at 57 against kids in their late 20s. Um, well, I mean, there's not so much fighting in hockey anymore like there used to be. Um, or like, Yeah, I heard that. We don't do the Jim Piazza talking here, Sasha. You're gonna have to go to Pat Dixon's stream. Just everyone, let me see who's before I end the stream. Let's see who is streaming right now. I like to give you guys other viewing options. I'm certainly not for everybody. That's a fact, Jack. So let's see who's live right now, and let me see here. Let's go to live. We've got Bobby Nick is live right now. The Keanu Casino or whatever is live right now. 52 people watching. We've got, so if you're in the Dabbleverse Freak Show, there's that. Dave Sarah is live right now. Oh, it's a restream, so, um, there's that. And then. Well, Perry Caravello is live right now. So let me see what else is going on. So those are about the only live streams going on right now. So there's plenty of options for you guys to just hop out of this stream. Check out Dave Sarah. Check out Keanu, episode 121. I've never met her, but anyone who's married to Gino, like, God bless him. I mean, she must have heard the N word more than the sound engineer on an NWA album. Um, I don't know who Matt is, so I don't get the. Yeah, I mean, Earl Skakel is live right now, or you can stay in my stream for the next 5 minutes. You can hit the like and subscribe button to help Earl out. I don't ask you guys for much. I don't grift for money. There's no financial goals here. And, then you guys can live a happy life until I stream tomorrow. Thank you, Johnny. Um, I'd rather be here. Keanu is a smoking. I mean, Keanu is. I kind of wish I didn't see her pictures because now there's nothing left to the imagination, but she is attractive. You may not be the mod. You have to be a subscriber for like 3 months. I have to vet you. I can't just mod someone who comes into my stream the first time and says, I'd like to be the mod. Sorry. Life don't work like that, Daddy. Earl has only fan page for that type of donation. Yeah, no, I'm not. The Earl bump. So what I want you guys to do is go into Keanu's stream after my stream and say, hey, we all came here from Earl Skakel's stream. He told me to come in here. So she does the next time when she's ending the stream. Hey, go to Earl's stream. That's how it works. She does. See, I will help people in here. There's enough streaming audience for us all to help each other out. And Lois is sleeping right now, Big Bones Ben Jones. Thank you for asking. Now, I don't know what Keanu's talking about, and I see she's got Theo Von. I mean, the talking about Theo Von's kind of played out already, He was high during the special, so, like, he forgot his jokes. I mean, I've seen it a million times. Oh, I see. I didn't know the guy. Adam Johnson is the guy who died, and I am friends with a lot of the LA Kings minor league teams players, the Ontario Reign, and Adam Johnson did play for the Ontario Reign. And I can tell you, they were very affected by his death. So I don't think he meant to do it, but it's like, bro, you're wearing skates. Now I've almost been cut in the face by a skate blade. There was a time in this wacky league I was in where I wasn't playing with a helmet on, and there's a goalmouth scramble, and a bunch of players collided, ran into each other, and I fell down like this, and a guy's skate blade. I don't really have anything that well, I guess we could do this. So let's say this is the skate blade. The guy's skate blade, literally, I'm telling you, I felt the wind go by me. It was maybe 2 inches from my face. And if you guys think I'm ugly now, thank God that didn't happen. Keep it PG, baby. Come on. Well, I don't think, it's already played out. I mean, it happened a couple days ago. I mean, he was clearly on something, and he forgot his jokes. It's like, it's not that, it's like talking about Charlie Kirk is it's played out, and I mean, talking about, I'm not trying to lump Charlie Kirk and Theo Von in, but, it's not, Charlie Kirk was shot. He was shot. It's horrible that it happened, but 3 weeks later, people are still talking about it. It's like there's nothing new to add to it. Theo Von 2 days ago was high or whatever he was on, filmed a special. He forgot his jokes. He kind of bombed, which is fine. Every comic bombs. I mean, Theo bombed. I bombed. I could bomb tonight at the Comedy Store. That's one of the great things. Yes, I am a stand-up comic by profession. Not really. I mean, that would have been like a huge. I mean, who knows what it could have been? I mean, because it literally, I can remember that was probably 35 years ago, and I can remember that sensation of the wind of the blade, like literally at 2 inches from my face. And I can remember the guy who did it, you need to walk. I'm good on that. Thank you, though. Well, yeah, I mean, there's, what up, ACDC? Well, who knows? Well, he is stressed. I mean, listen, it's a high stress business. You think Theo Vaughn's a world famous comic. He probably gets tons of pussy. He makes tons of money, and he does on both. But the stress of being a comic on Theo's level is you can never have an off night. You go on a podcast, you don't do that well, people are going to talk. You put out a Netflix special that's not great, people are going to talk. You do a headlining set at a theater, it doesn't do well, people are going to talk. And nowadays, people are recording. Like at the comedy store, they can't record because all the phones are put on yonder bags. But yeah, and if you're on meds, it's even amplified that much more, to be honest with you. So, um, I mean, comedy is a tough business. That's why um, the show business, you know, it's a tough fucking business. That's why the Showtime show I was on, I'm Dying Up Here, most people's complaints about that show was it's not funny. Well, it's not supposed to be funny. It's not a fucking sitcom. It's a look into the very rough world of stand-up comedy. So, well, thank you, Top Chick TV. I'll take I really hope you're a chick. So, but yeah, DeStefano's, he's a great comic, but, he'll have an off night at some point and someone will tweet about it or film it and go, hey, this guy must be on drugs. He didn't do that well. I mean, it's a very, very rough business. At my level, at Theo's level, at Jimmy Carr's level, the thing is, these Kill Tony comics, they're jumping into the fire now because, they get a little bit of fame from Kill Tony, and then they do a headlining weekend at a B room. And, I've given this example before, but, like a Kill Tony comic will, they get 100,000 followers all of a sudden out of the blue. They've got maybe 10 minutes of material, good material. And then they get a headlining weekend at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. And I apologize to the people who've heard this example, but there's, a fair amount of new people in here. So I will end the stream on this. But, you do Kill Tony in Austin. You've got Tony, Red Band, a soundboard with 10,000 sound effects. You've got a band. You've got 2 to 3 famous friends of Tony's. It's a lot of Band-Aids. Well, when you headline the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville, there's no Tony, there's no Red Band, there's no sound effects, there's no band, there's no Ian Bagg or Brian Holtzman. You're up there on your own, and you're headlining, and you got to do an hour, twice a night. And if the shows are really selling well on Saturday, you're doing 3 shows. I think it's 7:30, 9:30, and a late show. And if the shows are doing really well, you're doing a Sunday night show as well. So you're doing as many as 6 or 7 shows when you've never done longer than 15 minutes in your life. So you're going to do that 10 minutes of good material you have in about 6 minutes. And you're going to look up at the stopwatch. They have an NBA shot clock by the bar at this club. At least they did when I was there. And you're going to look at that shot clock and go, holy fuck, man. I've got another 54 minutes up here. Hey, anyone from out of town? And you don't think that comic's going to go back to their hotel room and go, fuck, I think I bit off more than I can chew. So it's an incredibly tough. How am I being judgmental? And my glasses are pretty low on my face. So try again, Rico, try again. I'm just trying to give you an insight to the world of a comic and the pressures that are on. If you think this is me being judgmental, and I've done comedy for 25 years. I think I can comment on what a comic feels like. So thank you, I guess. Not really. How am I being judgy? I'm literally telling you about the world of stand-up comedy. You guys, I'm assuming, are comedy fans. You might not be comedy fans of mine, per se, and that's fine. But Doug Stanhope hit bottom. I mean, I don't know much about Doug. I mean, I know him. I know some of his openers. Yeah, 100%. Like I've said this before. You can be in a shitty band and you're the singer, and you can turn around and blame the drummer. You're a shitty comic, or you have a bad set. You're a good comic, but you have a bad set. You can't blame the curtain. So, uh, yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I'm a comedy fan. Not only do I do it, but I love the art. So I'm trying to give you guys the insight into what happened with Theo and what happens with Kill Tony comics. And you guys think I'm being judgmental. I'm being knowledgeable. Earl Skakel over and out. Go troll someone else, bitch. But before you leave my stream, hit the subscribe button. I need the numbers.